You know, there's a saying, don't die with the music in you. Have you heard that saying?
I have.
Yes. Don't go to the grave without doing the things that you love. Whether it be music, playing a grand piano. We're here now at the Hilton Hotel with the beautiful Amanda. And do you play piano?
When I was a child, I played piano.
Well, we have to get you to throw some fingers on the keyboard later.
I can't promise anything.
You can't promise anything? Well, maybe we can edit some beautiful music over the top.
We'll pretend.
Yes. So, we will play some tunes. What's your favourite music?
What's my favourite music? I'm partial to a bit of jazz. Jazz?
Jazz, yeah, piano, good jazz. So why we're here is because we want to talk about your success.
Yes.
So Amanda is, as you know, a very successful Max student. When did you do the program?
I did the program back in 2013.
13, and you've done your diploma and your advanced diploma.
Yes.
Very extra mile type person. So how about we go a little bit in history? What were you doing before you got into the fitness profession?
Well, before I got into the fitness profession, I was a showroom manager for a plumbing store.
Okay.
So I used to...
Plumbing?
Yeah, so...
No, you don't look like a plumbing type lady.
No.
No?
So I used to design and sell bathrooms.
Okay.
But I've always been interested in fitness and have a dance background. So I was actually teaching group fitness classes part-time while I was working full-time in the plumbing industry.
So you had a job in the plumbing?
Yes.
And on the side you playing with your passion of dancing and it was Zumba, wasn't that right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I started teaching years ago the BTS Group Groove program, and then I
What does BTS stand for?
Body Transformation Symptoms.
Body transformation.
And then I was introduced to Zumba Fitness.
Yeah.
And then so I was teaching that in a gym in New Zealand, and then when I moved to Australia, I decided not to work in a gym anymore, and I started my own classes for the community.
Yeah.
So I was doing that part-time like 2 nights a week while I was working in the plumbing industry.
Yeah. And what made the transition to, I want to do fitness full-time and get out of the poo plumbing industry? Because you would have sold toilets, right?
Yes, I was a specialist in selling toilets.
You were a specialist. you were a specialist in poo.
Yeah, I was a specialist in poo.
Or disposing of poo.
Disposing of poos.
Okay, so what was the time that made you say, I'm going to get out of this and go and do fitness full-time?
Well, I actually ended up having a workplace injury where I was working. So I lifted a toilet one day.
They're heavy.
It was heavy.
And slippery porcelain.
It was a heavy porcelain toilet, injured my back, and went through a lot of hard times with workplace health and safety and
rehab.
All that, rehab and that nonsense. And during that time, I was unable to teach my Zumba fitness classes, so I was getting substitutes to teach for me, and it was at that time that when I sort of had my health and my fitness taken away from me at such a young age, and that my class members were so desperate to have me back that I knew that that was my real passion. Plus, on top of that, I was treated quite poorly in my workplace with how the injury happened. So, so after I went through all the rehab, I basically just told them that I didn't want to be part of their business anymore. Yeah. And I found Max.
Wow. And how did you find Max?
Online.
And what made you choose Max?
I did some Googling of a few different places, and I decided that I was going to choose out of 3 places. And when I rang and inquired, Max was the only one that got back to me via the phone. So
it's a good start.
It was a good start, and of course that was when I spoke with Gio on the phone, and he was very impressive. So I came in for my interview, and in my heart, I didn't want to put all my eggs in one little basket without shopping around, but I knew that was my place.
You felt it was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did the program. What do you enjoy most about the program?
What I loved most about the program is that it wasn't very just textbook. It was very interactive, and they taught it in so many different ways that were able to be understood by so many different types of students, depending on how you learned. That it was fun. The coaches were fun, and I just enjoyed doing something. I was so happy and passionate to be there learning.
Okay. And did you have a vision of what you wanted to do when you finished?
No.
No.
I had no idea. Mm-hmm. No idea at all.
So when did that time come where you thought, okay, this is what I want to do with the qualification?
Well after I finished the program.
Okay, so you went up and you continued doing your Zumba classes?
Yep. So I continued doing my Zumba classes during the time, and once I finished the program, I was offered an opportunity with Be Huge and G to work at their studio Helpers.
Yep.
So I was very fortunate to get into that, and I was playing there for about 6 months.
Yep.
Which I loved, and I was really appreciative for that opportunity, but I knew that wasn't where I was going to stay.
So maybe a good stepping stone.
It was a great stepping stone. I felt like I needed that opportunity to know that this is exactly what I want to do.
And when you left there, did you have an idea what you wanted to do then?
I left Helpers with the plan that I was going to open my studio.
Okay, so tell us and the people who are listening, the millions of people out there who are being inspired by your success, tell us about your formation of your at-home studio.
So initially I didn't know that it was going to be an at-home studio. Mm-hmm. I was going to open it as a commercial studio in a premises. So I started shopping around for different locations, and then when I realised what the costs involved were going to be and how many clients I needed each week and sessions I needed to be able to sustain the costs involved, it was then that I realised, okay, I'm going to go and do it at home first, build the clientele, and then I'll move out.
Okay, so you build up the cash flow at home.
Yeah.
Because the rent's there zero.
That's right, yeah. So my time frame was 3 months.
Yep. And how many, so you set up the studio at home?
Yes.
Bought some equipment?
Yes.
Painted some walls?
Painted some walls. I didn't paint the walls initially.
Okay.
But I painted the walls eventually.
And the name of the business is?
Replenish Your Life.
Replenish Your Life, wow. And so how long did it take to build up your clientele? How many clients do you train?
So I cap my sessions at 15 sessions a week. I don't do any more than that.
Because that fits your lifestyle?
Fits my
lifestyle. You
lifestyle.
have a family?
Yes.
Married?
Yes.
And that fits you. So 15 sessions, and how much do you charge per session?
I charge $59 per session.
Okay, so you're looking at around $60 a session.
Yep.
15 sessions, that's $900 a week, just under $1,000.
Yep.
No rent.
No rent, and that's so on top of that, I teach 4 group fitness classes a week.
Wow.
Plus, I work in my husband's business as well.
Okay, fantastic. So you're a very busy lady.
Yes, yeah. So the 15 sessions a week works really well with my lifestyle, with fitting those things into.
So what do you love most about personal training?
Helping people,
Yeah.
just making exercise fun for them.
Yeah.
I think exercise sometimes has got a bit of a stigma for people that it's hard work and it's a chore and it's not supposed to be enjoyable.
It's painful and sweaty.
Yeah.
So how do you make it fun?
Become friends with my clients.
Start, yep.
Find out what it is that they love to do,
Yeah.
and just make sure that their sessions are fun and enjoyable and we laugh during their sessions.
Yeah. So you have 15 sessions, you do
Yes.
4 Zumba classes,
Yes.
and you fit that into your week according to how you want to live the rest of your week.
Correct.
So you're really a master of your life, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so where do you want to take it from here? Are you happy where it is and it fits into the lifestyle you want to live, or is it another stage you want to grow into?
There's definitely another stage that I want to grow into. I would love to be able to open a facility where the personal training and the group fitness classes could be combined in the one facility.
So where do you do your group exercise now?
Well, at the moment I hire like big community and school halls to do that. So.
And how many people do you have doing your Zumba?
It's different every time. So I do 2 Zumba classes, 1 boxing class and 1 VeraFlow class. So I actually teach a number of different programs.
Okay.
Some classes can have maybe 10 people, but up to about probably 40 people in a class.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the next stage is?
The next stage is...
If there is a stage, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, I really enjoy the at-home studio at the moment. It's very low maintenance and it fits so well with my lifestyle.
Well, a lot of people think that. They think to be successful, you have to go and have a big commercial site and have overheads. But really, the option, a lot of our Mac students are very successful. They have they redo their garage or the rumpus room, they turn to a studio, there's no rent, it fits into their lifestyle. You have children that fits into your lifestyle. There's no travel, no costs, no overheads, everything's profit. As soon as the session's finished, you walk into your kitchen and make yourself a cup of coffee.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
So my husband and I, ideally our dream lifestyle is to have an acreage block property, and I would build a facility on our property that has personal training and big enough to have group fitness classes on our property.
So what would be to share with the people viewing who are thinking about this, what would be the 3 to 5 benefits of having an at-home studio?
No travel.
No travel.
I used to sit in a lot of cars on the road.
And going to work.
Yeah, going to work, and just wasted time in the day when you're kind of waiting for your clients to come in. So there's no travel or wasted time.
Yeah.
No overheads.
No
everything that I make is profit.
All the money's in your pocket?
Yep. 3 to 5 things. I think sometimes one of the comments I often get from my clients is they feel like when they come to my studio, they're home.
Yeah.
They're not going...
Homely.
Yeah, they very rarely say that they've got to go to the gym or they've got to go and see their personal trainer. They're just coming to hang out with their friend in their second home.
Yeah.
So that's the...
Like going to Amanda's for tea, or for coffee.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang out with Amanda.
Do a bit of training first. Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's how I've sort of designed it to feel, is that they're just coming to hang out and we're going to have a bit of fun while they're coming over to my place.
And I guess it will fit into your family lifestyle too.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Like when my stepson comes home from school, he's old enough to ride a bike to and from school now. I'm there.
Yeah.
So, I just leave the door open from him and he knows that there's somebody there, and so it fits really well with our lifestyle. I can continue working while our family life is going on too.
Fantastic. And how do you draw the line where one doesn't intrude on the other? Do you aware of that, or is there a challenge for that?
There is a little bit of a challenge with that, which is why moving into a new purpose-built property with facilities for the business would be ideal. When we build our property at the moment where the studio is, we never planned on having a personal training studio there. So one of the challenges that I find is that there's no bathroom in the personal training studio.
Yeah. They go to the tree or the garden.
They go to the tree. No, they don't. They do have to come into my house. It's rare. Like my clients know that there's no bathroom, but the facilities are there, and we just have to
just
manage
make sure you
that.
do a pre-pee before you come.
A pre-pee before you come.
A pre-pee and a pee-poo.
That's right.
Pee-pee, pee-poo.
Yeah.
Should be on the standards.
That's probably...
The preparation, bring your towel, do water, do a pee, do a poo, then come to training.
And get changed.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's probably one challenge where the two cross over, but it's very rare.
It's small. It's only a small... When you look at the massive benefits, particularly how you want to live your life, they're just minor.
Exactly.
Minor things. So when you look at your life now as compared to when you're working selling toilets and plumbing, to now, what are some of the words that come in to your mind when you look at your life now?
Just so much happier.
Yeah.
So much happier, and I feel like I'm in control of my life rather than working for the man, and I don't have somebody telling me when I have to have a lunch break and how long to have a lunch break for.
Oh, wow. Where to be, what to do.
Where to be, what to do. And when I had a real job or in the plumbing industry, I was working 6 days a week, 42 and a half hours a week. Yeah. Now I work or I play for probably about 20 hours a week, and I earn more money now.
And doing what you love.
Doing what I love for half the amount of hours.
And you're not a slave.
In my home.
In your home, and you're not a slave to a boss.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I lunch for like 3 hours a day.
Yeah,
it's great.
As long as you want.
Yeah, I cook for myself every single day. I'm at home.
So if you're looking, just so there'll be people watching who maybe have a job like you did, they're not really enjoying it, they're not being treated well by their boss, they're sitting in traffic a lot going to, well, what are some advice you can give them from someone who's been there and now you're living a life of what you call your dreams? What advice should you give to them?
Just do it. Just absolutely do it. You know, work out what it is that you think you might want to do, even if you don't know that that's what you want to do. Like I said, initially I wanted the commercial thing.
Yeah.
And when I had to downscale it to home, turns out that was actually what I really enjoyed doing. So I think just having the guts to make it happen, and knowing that you'll work out what you want to do along the way.
Wow. Well, great advice for someone who's trapped in a job.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay, so let's have a look at, now, if you had to look at some words of why do you love doing what you do now? You know, what are the things you enjoy about personal training that gives you great satisfaction?
When my clients come to me asking me questions or advice, or they'll send me a text message or phone me to tell me something that they've achieved because they think that I'm going to be genuinely interested, because that's something that I've set them up for. It just warms my heart to know that I've helped them achieve that, or I'm just helping to improve their quality of life in some way, shape or form every day.
Wow, that's very deeply satisfying.
It's very satisfying for me. If you didn't need dollars, I would do this every day for free.
Well, I was always told that. Do something which you do for free, then do it, then work out how to make money out of it.
Yeah.
Do something that you love, and then you have to work another day in your life.
Yeah.
So what would be some final comments or thoughts you can give potential people who want to get into the fitness profession? What are some final thoughts that you can, encouraging thoughts or words you can give them?
Well, for me, I think in the beginning, sometimes I felt like I used to overthink things, and that I had to have it all figured out in the beginning of what exactly I wanted to do, and I needed all the money to do it, and I used to feel like that those were sometimes reasons or excuses why I couldn't do anything, until I worked out if you just go and do it, and you'll generally find your way along the path, and you'll make some mistakes and you'll learn from them. And just do it. Just go and get it sorted and do it.
Well, what's the options? Doing what you're doing now, working for someone who's telling you what to do.
Exactly.
Wow.
So,
well, some fantastic advice. You heard it here at the Hilton Hotel with Amanda from Replenish Your Life on the piano. So I think it's now for us to play some piano. What do you reckon? Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with other people, and thank you for spending some time with me.
Thanks for having me, Cameron.
You're welcome.